friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and today is Friday, April 19th. Welcome back to those of you who are returning, and welcome to those who are new. If you have not already subscribed, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, and you can also click the bell to notify you when I have a new video. I am on a pretty regular schedule of every other Friday, but sometimes I'll throw in an additional video when it's the in between as an extra. And I do plan on having a video on how to make the needle book that I made for the retreat I went to in Clearwater. And I will probably have like a little video. I'm going to 2 retreats next weekend and then the following weekend, and I'll probably have something probably the following because I'll be gone and that will be my regular Flosstube. But I'll probably have a little something of what I brought as far as gifts, just to share of some more ideas. I know on the video I did while I was at Beach Please and I showed the needle books, I got lots of good response on just ideas of what to bring. And for the retreat in Cocoa Beach, which is next weekend, I am making something that I haven't made before. So I do try to make or bring something a little bit different, and then part of the gift is the same. Just because a lot of times I go to retreats with the same people, and if I gave the same exact thing every time, then everyone would get the same thing over and over, and that wouldn't be fun. So that's how I like to do it. Some people have the same product, but they like, if they make something with fabric, they'll switch the fabric up. So you might be getting, for instance, a needle book, but you have it in different fabric. So that's fun also. But it's a good way to be able to play with the things you have and make stuff. But like if I make a little bag, I don't need 10 little bags. So it's fun to make them, and then I like to give them away. So that's what's coming up in the next couple weeks. Also, it's getting to the end of the school year. For myself, I teach preschool, and my kids, 2 of them are in preschool, one's in kindergarten. So there's all kinds of stuff happening, and the days are busy and lots of stuff going on. So my stitching, I have stitched every night, but it's kind of eclectic as to what I've been in the mood to stitch. And of course, as many other people talk about, once I say what I want to do on my video, then all of a sudden I don't want to do it anymore. So I tried really hard to get one thing finished, and I just could not. I don't know what it is. I have very little left to do, but I just could not get it done. And I'll show that to you in a minute. But first, before I get into the stitching, I wanted to re-announce some of the giveaway winners from the past videos, just to give one more chance if you are one of these people to email me. And if I don't hear from you in the next 2 weeks, then I will put these back in the pile to give away again. So these are from video 70. And if you emailed me, also do it again, because I didn't get your email if I'm saying these on here. So this was Kindness Begins by Emily Call, and the winner is Kimber Watts. Kimber Watts. So email me about that. Also, this was a few of the Blackbird Garden Club series, and the winner was Willa Mar X 9758, and this was again from episode 70. Also, I have Scarlet Berries from episode 70, and the winner was Michelle Thompson 8768. And then this was from episode 71, and this was Channing Street, my extra copy, and this is Dawn Amspaw 78. So if you are any of those winners, send me your email, and I have them all here, and I'll be happy to get them out in the mail to you. But if in the next 2 weeks I don't hear from you, then I'll put them back in the giveaway like I said. All right. One thing I also wanted to talk about before I get too far is someone had asked what 103 was, or 103s, when I've said it, and I have heard other people saying it too, because it is a popular, let me get this board, floss right now. And what it is it's just a brand of silk, and 103 I believe refers to the size of the silk, but I might be wrong. The brand is a Veriswa 103, and this is what it looks like. And let's see. So see, it says 100 and let me go this way. Okay, sorry. Swa 103, and it's the silk thread. A lot of Hands Across the Sea, this is a conversion they use, along with like the antique cross stitch antiques that I'm doing that stitch. I believe that's where people had heard me say it. So they use this. Other charts call for this as well. Now this is another silk that I use a lot, and also a lot of times if they call for the 103s, they will also have a conversion to soie d'Angers. And this is what, this is what soie d'Angers looks like. And it comes in a skein like this, and it has the number is on the side. Now my needlework shop, Needleworks, they sell the soie d'Angers. They do not sell the 103s. I know the Attic does. I know that Hobby House does, and other shops I'm not aware of. Also, 123 Stitch carries these. So all of those, and I believe they might have varying prices, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. And one other silk that I use that I do like is this is the Vicki Clayton. It's handdyedfibers.com, and this is what hers looks like, and this is just the name. So this is the name, and then this is what hers looks like. Now I like to keep them on the spool, and I pull it off, and I do, yes, I have my mini mansions, which I have the Vicki Clayton conversion, and I'll show you. I'm doing them a little bit different this time, but I just keep it on the spool, and a lot of times I'll just wrap my extra back around here. But you can also, I have another method I'm trying this time to see if I like that better, but I keep them on the spool. Now I know Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, and I have seen other people, she's who's coming to mind, she took all the silk off of the bobbin and put them on floss drops. So that's another option. You could take them off of this bobbin. Now, you could do that with this. I would not, because when you pull a strand of the 103 off of the spool, you are using, this is a single strand. The Vicki Clayton's, this is 6-stranded. So you're going to pull it off and cut it, and then you're going to pull out one strand. Same with the soie d'Angers. This is a 6-stranded as well. The 103s is a single strand. Also with the 103 silk, I like the coverage on 40 count or above. So like if you stitched on 46 or whatever the other higher count is, 40 is as high as I have stitched, but I like the coverage on 40. I have tried it on 36, and personally, I think it's too thin. If you like it on 36, then feel free. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I think it's not thick enough, and I don't really personally want to use 2 strands. I would rather use the Sweetwater, which is a little bit thicker, and it gives better cover. I think it gives better coverage on 36. The coverage and how many strands and all that is completely personal preference. So if you are unsure, you could try, and if you think it's not enough, then go to a thicker silk. Sweetwater, also NPI, I feel like is similar to this. Also Belle Soie, which is by Classic Colorworks. So, and there's other silks out there as well, but those are kind of the most common, I would say. So that's kind of my 2 cents. I did want to talk about the 103s because, like I said, I did get a question and I answered, but then I had got a couple more, and so I thought I would just show you. And I will put a link to a couple of the shops I talked about. Well, the Attic doesn't have you have to call the Attic. Hobby House I'll link, and I'll put the Attic's information because you can always call them to get the 103s, and I will put 123 stitch straight to the floss. So if you're interested, you can go get them. So that is about the floss. Now, what have I been stitching on? Like I said, I did not have any finishes. I was really hoping to have this finished, but I don't know. I kept picking it up, and then it just wasn't calling to me. And that's okay. And sometimes you just have to wait because the time, like I said, for instance, with Channing Street, it will come, I will pick it up, and I will want to get it done. Same thing with American Welcome, which is up here. I had that water to fill in. It took me forever to get to it because I just I don't know. I was not motivated. And then all of a sudden, I got this bug and I wanted to get it done. So it will come with this, but that's okay. And it is Love and Learning by Emily Call. And she did open her Etsy shop. She posted on Instagram that this will be a PDF as of May 1st. So if you're looking for the PDF, May 1st, she will have the PDF. So this is where I am. And last time I shared the colors. I also, in 2 weeks ago's video, so 71, I did put the conversion in the description box. So if you want my conversion loosely, I wrote it as best I could because I didn't really convert color by color. So I told you like the house and the letters and things like the best I could do. That is in there. So what I was able to do is I put in a little grass and I got this flower done. I got the stems for these. So I have one more flower over here and I need to finish that, and then I need to finish the grass. And I'm debating to put the butterflies in or not. I'm not really a butterfly person. So we'll see. I'm going to put the flowers in the grass, and then I'm going to see if I feel like it needs some other things. Like up, I think they're up here. So we'll see. But I love this. Of course, I've already talked. I'm not doing the bottom. I'm not doing the words, only the top. So that is my Love and Learning. And another thing I wanted to share is when I would pull my whips out, I did decide to label them all with, these are project tags from Tiger Lily, Carrie, and I put all the information on my cards and I have them hanging. So now if I don't remember what's in it, I can just look at the card. So I tried to, as I was pulling things out to work on, I tried to put these in there. And what I have is, these are the cards. And I just bought a whole bunch of them. And then I bought a pack on Amazon of these bag tags. And they come like that. And they come with this. And then it just opens up and you can loop it onto your bag. So I went through and started labeling all of my things. So I'm excited to have that, to be able to know what I've been working on. All right. Sorry, my board fell. Okay, next. And this is in the this bag, and I have my tag, which I had been wanting to do the tags, and I just hadn't ordered them. So finally I got them ordered, and then I have a whole little setup. So when I pull something out, either brand new or if it was in a bag and I didn't have it labeled, I'm trying to label as I go. This was a new start, and this was on Tara Sullivan, who is Sully Stitches. It was on her birthday, April 6th. And I had bought this kit from Market from Rachel at Needle and Flax. And I did see, I don't know if they're there anymore. I did see that she was putting a reorder for the kits because people were asking. And I have this, I'm using the NPI. So I have my NPI in these floss away bags. And I like to do the NPI in the floss away bags just because it's easier to me. But some people put them on rings. Some people don't put them on rings. But this is the called for Thornfield. And I chose 36 count. Let me get this up here. And just a small little start. And I had no intentions of a lot. I just wanted to get a little bit done and get it started. So this is my start. And I'll put it back, and then I'm sure at some point I'll, like I said, get a motivation to get it started or get more done. Now, if you follow Tara on Instagram, she finished hers. But a lot of times she's monogamously stitches, so, and I do not. Okay, here's another. This is a bag, a project folio from Rika, and it was actually, I think, one of her first iterations of her folio. It has a handle. And this is in the Blackbird fabric, and it has a tie where now she has like a button, and on the inside it has 2 pockets instead of one side has the felt. But again, another project. This was, I had started one of these, and I'm still I'm going to keep going on this one. I'm unsure what I want to do exactly. I had intentions of stitching them all on the called for, which I believe it's all the same fabric. This is the chart I'm talking about. This is a series. This is number 4. I'm not doing them in order, and some of these I owned, a couple, and then the rest of them a friend loaned me, so I want to get them done. But what I decided to do was pull out 36 count Spindrift by Cedar River Linens and start this one on there. Now it is lighter than the called for because the called for is Oaken by Picture This Plus, but I really wanted to use this linen and I thought it looked pretty with that. So that's my start on that. And I would like to finish them all, and I'm going to do them all separately to put them in my bedroom. but I'm not sure if I want to do them all on Spindrift now or do like some on Spindrift, some on Oaken, and kind of make a pattern like that. But I really like these colors on this, and I pulled this out and picked it back up after I saw Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. She had finished one of these, and I know she, I think, is just doing 2 of them, but the colors are so pretty, and I thought, well, let me just get it back out and put it kind of in the front of my mind to, as I get to them, work on them. They're not very big, so I could get at least maybe one of them done and then pick another one up or something. So we'll see, but I like that. Now this one, this has a lot of projects in it. So what I decided to do is put 3 different tags so I would know. Now I do kind of know what's in here because I picked, this is a keeper from Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. I did pick this one out specifically for these projects, but I wanted to put the information on these, so I attached multiple to the zippers. But this was both of my girls' birthday starts and my Mother's Day start from last year that I said I wanted to finish by Mother's Day. Now, that's another, unless something comes over me, and I'm thinking about taking it to one of my retreats to kind of get myself motivated to finish it, because I really would like to, but I don't know what it is. I just I'm not motivated to work on it. And it's not because I don't like it, because I do. I don't know what the deal is. But this was the one, this piece specifically, I started for my youngest daughter Madison's birthday on April 5th. And this is called My Little Sampler by Running with Needles and Scissors. And I was inspired by Rebecca Parker, who is on Instagram, and I met her and saw her, let me hold this straight. I saw her stitching on, or her finished piece, here's the stitching, at StitchCon last year. And I love it. And I did switch the colors up to make them a little brighter. And this is on 40 Count Sand by Picture This Plus. So this would be a great one to take with me. Also to a retreat. I could probably get that whole thing done. All right, this is the Mother's Day piece, which I have a thread because I was trying to work on it the other night. It's What Remains by Blackbird. And I did switch the colors up slightly, and it is on 36 count Thornfield, so the color linen is a little bit lighter. But this is my progress. So I was able to get the rest of the border in, the vine border. I need to finish the leaves. And then I went working up here, and then I was trying to come to the house to get into here. Oops, sorry. So, like I said, I'm thinking about taking, I'm not really sure what I want to take with me, because the retreat next weekend, which is with Jeanette Douglas, she will have a class piece or a couple class pieces. So I might want to work on that. So I'm thinking about just taking one thing, and that's on the contender list. And then the last birthday one was my other daughter. Her birthday was on the 11th. And so I started Dear Daughter. Sorry for cannot get the glare to go away. So this is the chart. And I did switch some of the colors. Some of the purples I switched out for pinks. And this is on 36 count Heirloom. And don't have these on a ring, of course. But this is the colors. And this is how much I got started. There we go. So not a lot, but I was able to get, that's what I got done on her birthday. So I chose small pieces for their birthdays so that hopefully, if not before, which I'm not making any promises to myself or anyone else as to when these things are going to be done, but hopefully by next year at the latest on their birthdays, they will be done. If not before, like at least those two I feel like could get done. The Mother's Day could be a 2-year Mother's Day project. We'll see. My friend Carol Crago, who also started that on Mother's Day, she just finished hers. So I was trying to get it done, but I don't know. I feel like when I try to put the pressure on myself, then I am automatically like, I don't want to do it. So I have to take the pressure off. This is the next one I worked on. I actually started this one since the last video. This is Mini Mansions by Annie B's Folk Art, and I am doing a stitch along with Liz, the Wandering Stitcher, on Instagram and Flosstube. So go check her video out because she shared her progress, which she has a lot of progress. Go Liz, because she said she's more of a start along than a stitch along, and she has more stitch than I do. But she's changing her colors, and she's stitching hers on Newport Beach by Needle and Flax, and I forget the count, either 40 or 46. But I was waiting for the silk pack to come from Vicki Clayton. And so this is the colors, and I'm going to try my best to show them to you. And I like to put them in this little case it's like this. I bought some at Hobby Lobby. They have them at Walmart. So this is the silks, and she provides you a conversion, so I tape it to the top. So that's how I hold the bobbins. And then what I decided to try this time, which I've never done this before, is when I pull a color off, I put the DMC conversion, or like the number, because her names were a little bit long, but I am using this from, I forget what these are called. I want to say maybe a Bitsy Bob. I forget all her names, but this is from That's So Kelly, and I bought a bunch of these at the beginning of the year. So I've been putting the extra floss on here. So then if I go back, I can use, and then the floss isn't like in here, it's just the spools. So I'm liking how this is going, and then I kind of have this sitting next to me when I am stitching, and then I can put pieces on here until I'm done for the night, which I've only done this for, I think it was one day, like a nap time and a night time. But this is how far I got. I'm using called for fabric and then with the silks. And this is my progress. So if you can see the D, E, and F are rather ghosty, but this is the called for fabric, and that's what Annie's looks like as well. So I'm okay with that. And I like how hers looked, so I'm just going to keep going. Now, in her picture, the linen does look a little bit lighter. So if you wanted to choose a lighter linen, you could choose a lighter linen. And our hashtag for our stitch along is hashtag Mini Mansion Sal. And I've seen a lot of people stitching it, and some people have some really good progress. And that it wouldn't be my picture because I don't. So I would like to get some more progress on that if possible. Now this is one I thought I could just get done real quick, and then got a little distracted. This was one I started this April 1st, and I think I showed this last time. And so I did get a little bit more done. I don't have that much more to do. So in the next week or so, hopefully I can get this finished. And then if I have some free time to sew, I still need to sew his spring pillow, and then I'd like to get this sewn into a pillow so I'm ready for Patriotic stuff, which I'll probably start putting some stuff out at the beginning of May. Now, this was kind of what distracted me. Is I watched Carol, the Saltbox Stitchers video, and she was talking about patriotic stuff she wanted to start, which then got me in the patriotic mood. I had definitely been in a spring mood, not necessarily to stitch like bunnies and stuff like that, but just like spring colors, which is a lot of what my whips were. And some of my other pieces I have going. I didn't do anything else on them this week, but we're definitely more spring. I have got bitten by the patriotic bug. There's lots of bugs going on, but and I'm really wanting to get into patriotic. So trying to get some of the other stuff progress or done so I can fully kind of get into patriotic starting in May. And then I have two summery Brenda Gervais that I'd like to start and work on. But then some other patriotic whips. But I did pull out a couple things that I thought would be good to have. Patriotic, they're smaller. I have also been in not like a small mood, but like a smaller stitch mood. So I pulled this out, and I don't really even know why I pulled this out, but I really have been liking stitching on it. So I'll show you what I did. This is called Stars by the Drawn Thread. I love, love, love her alphabets. They're so fun and funky. And so I got this hankering one night to go pull this out. I think I had watched Peter for Pete's Sake and Linda, Stitchy Linda. They're not doing this drawn thread, they're doing seasonal. But I thought it was like a couple days after, and I thought, let me just go look. Oh, I know. I thought I had the summer one. I actually have a different one that it's similar, but it was a kit from the Silver Needle. It was like from their Circle of Friends club, so it wasn't the same. But then I found this, and I had bought last year 32 and 36 count Tornado by Fox and Rabbit, which is really pretty for patriotic. And I thought this would be so fun to do on that fabric. This calls for dinky dyes. I don't have any dinky dyes, so I went and I pulled some other silks from my stash. I have a Vicky Clayton, some Gloriana, and some Belle Soie and an NPI to match what they have. So all this was coming from my stash. I didn't buy any of this. At one point I did, but not recently. And so this is how far I got. This is the Tornado fabric, which it looks very similar to Murky, except for with Murky has like blue modeling, or I'm sorry, green modeling, and this has blue. But it's like a long sampler, and I just thought this is so fun. The red and the white on this fabric look awesome. So this like really put me in the mood. This is also 36 count. I'm sorry, not 36, 32. I'm using only one strand of the Belle Soie. The coverage is awesome, and it's super easy for me to see. So that was also a motivation. So I love this so much. I thought of also, and this is all in this bag. So I just pulled like some different Patriotics, and my main reason was because I wanted to have some smaller pieces to take to the Amana retreat, which we will we will get a project there, but just if I want to stitch on something else, I didn't want to have like, I don't really want to bring Serenity because it's huge. I don't really want to bring any of my other really big projects. I just want to bring something small, which I don't normally do. I normally bring something huge with the intention that I'm going to stitch a lot because I'll have however many days dedicated, no kids, nothing. And so I'm kind of taking a little bit different approach this time because I do actually get a lot of stitching done. But I thought I'm going to bring some small things and see what I can get done. And if I want to talk the whole time, I'll talk and I'll stitch later. But I just thought I'm going to try something different and see how it works. So I had bought this. This is a kit from Chessie and Me. And so I put this in there because I'd really like this in a Patriotic dough bowl. That's a small. Then, I don't know if I have a picture. This is called, let's see. This is called Berry Basket Sewing Tray and Pin Disc. And I bought this off of Stacy Nash's Etsy shop. And this is the part I want to do. Whether I put it in the, I find a little tray or I make it in a little pillow, I thought it has strawberries, it's patriotic, it's small. So that would be fun and easy to have. So I pulled some fabric and floss that I had to make that work. And then the other thing I have in here is I have wanted to do this for a long time. And I was talking to a friend who I think we might do a stitch along, but we haven't got that far. And I said, I remember I bought this chart right after I had my youngest daughter. And I remember I wasn't doing a lot of stitching. And I remember getting the chart and wanting to do it. And I still haven't done it yet. And that was 3 years ago, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not making this up. Doesn't have a date, but I'm pretty sure it's from 3 years ago because that's when I got it. So this is the chart. I put this in here. And I have pulled the tornado fabric because I think it would be really fun to do on this with these floss colors. Like I said, the flag on the tornado looks awesome. And I do know that it does because I had started a Stitching with the Housewives chart on this, and then I didn't end up finishing it, and I had got most of the flag done, and it looks really good on this fabric. So I pulled the 32 count. I have a piece that has some good blue on it, and I want to do this. So I just put everything in the bag. I'm not necessarily starting it all right now, but these are some by other designers. I know I'm working on Brenda Gervais. I do have other Brenda Gervais. I'm going to get Patriotic poppies going. But I kind of have been going through some of my stash and library and finding other things that I have that I really love and I want to do. And I don't really just want the patterns to sit there. So that was kind of my Patriotic rabbit hole I went on. And then going along with the Patriotic, I also am starting to, well, it started Wednesday. I haven't started it yet. This is the Biscornu, seasonal Biscornu Sal, I believe. I'll put the hashtag right here because, of course, I forget it already. With Nicole Spore. And she's taking, you can pick any of the triple play pillows. I picked the summer. So there is fall, winter, summer, and spring. You can have the paper, or Kathy on her website, handsondesign.com, I believe is the website. You can buy the PDF. So any of the 4, and you stitch the chart, 1 or 2 of them for a top and or a bottom. And Nicole is going to walk us through how to make it into a biscornu. So this is the chart. This is the one I'm going to do. And then I'm thinking not this whole thing, but parts of it I'm going to stitch for the bottom. Because Nicole talks about not, and I have the same feelings. I'm going to just leave it sitting in the one way. I'm never going to flip it over. So the bottom, you're not ever going to see. So I would like the corners for you to see something. So I'm thinking about stitching, let's see, these stars in the corners. So you'll see those, but I'm excited. So I need to get to this. They started on Wednesday. I do have the called for linen, which is 32 count flax, and I have all the floss, and I'm just using the called for floss. I've seen somebody stitch them before on the called for everything, and they look awesome. You can obviously, and I have them on my Thread Milk from Lori Wilson with Thread Milk Design. Another favorite of mine. So, have all that to get working on. I don't think that's going to take long. I'm going to try to power through and get that done. It's a 4-week stitch along. Each Wednesday, she will have a stitch with me where she will go through and show you what she's doing. She's going to stitch the summer ones for the stitch along, and I believe she's stitching them on different counts so she can show us some fun stuff, but it'll be fun. And also Chantel made, and I'm pretty sure they're in her shop now, she made these little stands that you can put the biscornus on, so go check that out too. Chantel's 141 design. So this is just also my book of days. So I have most of it filled out. I'm trying really hard to keep up. All week I haven't written anything in. So clearly I'm not doing a good job, but whatever. All right. So that's all. It's a lot I've been working on over the past 2 weeks. I had a lot of starts because of the birthday things, and then I kind of went down that patriotic rabbit hole, which is fine. I'll rein it back in and figure out what's going on. And I have the retreats coming up, so that kind of gets me all distracted, but it's all good. It's stitching. It's all things that pretty much everything I started, I had all the parts to. So I feel like if I own it in a tier, it's just sitting there. So what's the difference if they're sitting in bags? All right, so on to my haul. I am in the Coloring Cotton Fabric of the Month Club, and this is the fabric for this month. I get 36 count, and this is called Buttermilk. Very pretty color. Yeah, Buttermilk. Not sure what I will use this, but it will be a good neutral. I have not used these yet. I saw one of the ladies from the Attic, if you go watch their latest Flosstube, she showed that she had these bags, and somebody else I watch had these too. She uses them, I believe, as just project bags all the time. They're from Amazon, and they're mesh. They have a front zipper and a top zipper and this little handle. So I ordered a pack just to kind of see what they were about, and they come in all these colors. And I thought they might be good to put either kitted projects, or if you were like taking a lot of things somewhere, or you wanted to put stuff in here and inside of another bag. I mean, they're kind of, unless you had a big fabric bag, they're kind of big to do that, but they would be good to put other things in, or like I said, like kitted up projects, and then when you wanted to start something, you could put them into like a fabric bag. But these I bought from Amazon, and I'll put a link below to them, but I wanted to just share these because I thought they're nice quality, and they were a good deal, and I felt like a good find. I also bought this from 1803 Ohio Farm Basket. It's cute little, it's really little, but I wanted to have something else to like put things in and have like a little basket with scissors and different things next to my stitching areas. So I got that. I also got some other charts. I bought this one, I didn't have this, and it was a pretty patriotic. So this I bought from 123 Stitch, another Annie's. This is older. This is 70. Doesn't have the date. It's chart 73. I also, after seeing Rika from House of Stitch and Stash working on this, I had to buy it. This one I saw Mary, she was on, everything has a story. Mary, she has a Mary Darling on Instagram. She was the special guest Flosstuber for a day on Grace the Paisley Stitcher's video. And she had showed that she stitched this Caroline Amelia trowel, which is by With Thy Needle and Thread, as a sampler for her granddaughter. And I thought that's really fun. And she used a Vicki Clayton conversion. So I haven't bought any floss. I don't know if I'll do this year or get it started, but I did not have this one, and I wanted to get that for my stash. Then what else do I have down here? Okay, I also am in, like I was mentioning, the Silver Needle, A Little Help from Our Friends Club. And what we got for this, I think it's quarterly, was this cute chart from Pansy Patch Quilts. So we got the chart, the fabric, and the floss. And then this time she threw in just some extra little things. So there's some trim and different things like that. So I thought that was fun. So this was from that club. Sorry for the noise. And then last thing is I am in the Sampler Guild of the Rockies. And yes, I live in Florida. You do not have to live in Colorado to be in the guild. They have monthly meetings, and they have them over Zoom, so you can join in over Zoom. But they had a seminar last weekend, and this was the kit. You did have to purchase the kit, but this is the chart from the Scarlet House. It is gorgeous. And Liz from the Wandering Stitcher was showing it and talking about it too. You got Lakeside linen, the NPI silks, a thread keep, this cute ruler, which I'm going to put this in my little stash thing. And then this was an additional chart she made using parts from here, and this is for a little pillow. And then it also came with the trim to do this as a pillow, and it came with some more fabric to do the little pillow. So I love this, and I would like to do the little pillow soon. And then I'll probably put this to the side in my, if I want to pick something else, maybe pick that up, but we will see. If you can't tell, my original plan, which I knew this was going to happen, and this is fine. My original plan from the beginning of the year to only work on With Thy Needle and Thread, and then I could work on the other whips. It has slightly evolved, and I feel like, oh, we also got this to put the pillow in, this little tray. So that was cute. Oops. That was cute, and now it's on the ground. It has slightly evolved, and I feel like as life happens, as the seasons happen, you just kind of like have to go with the flow, and your plan has to be fluid, and you have to be okay with things changing. And I really have enjoyed focusing on With Thy Needle and Thread and knowing I have some of those charts pulled to start and finish, or maybe I just get them started. But to kind of have a focus, but then be able to also do other things, because there's so many designers I personally love that I want to stitch, but I also like kind of going back to With Thy Needle and Thread. I really enjoy her patterns, so it's been fun. The year still is going. It's only April, so there's many more months, and I have patterns pulled out and kind of sectioned off to pull out each month, and like I said, work on or finish. We'll see how it goes, but then also give myself grace and freedom as the months go. And I don't know what life is going to bring, and so this is my comfort and my relaxation, and I like it to somewhat be planned because that's my personality. It's not because I'm trying to put strict like confines on myself. I like to do that, and that's why it works for me. Some people, it doesn't work for them, and so I guess all I'm trying to say is you got to do what works for you. It's a hobby. It's fun. It's fun for me to finish things and get them framed and put them out. And I am loving my Channing Street and having it displayed. So I am really looking forward to the Sunshine State Stitchers retreat in Cocoa Beach next weekend and seeing a lot of old friends and meeting new people. I'm going to get to meet Rika from House of Stitch and Stash for the first time in person. So I'm so excited about that. And then the following weekend, I'm going to the Farm Girl Dry Goods retreat in Amana. And there's so many people I keep hearing who are going that I'm really excited to meet in person. I've either watched them or talked to them on Instagram. Annie and Chelsea and Belle is who I'm really excited, and Roberta from Sable Stitchers, of course Michelle, and then I've heard other people too. So I am it's all getting real. Like I'm actually leaving soon to go out of town. But that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope that you get lots of stitching done. Like I said, I will most likely in 2 weeks, my video will be either it'll be a regular Flosstube pre-recorded, or it'll be something where I'm talking about what I brought, my gifts. We'll see what happens. I don't know, because that's when I'll be in Amana. But I hope to get something up, and I'll talk to you later.